Magwena, on number 13, which is this one, what is your conclusion, my sister?
My conclusion is it holds.
It holds.
Yes.
And then, if it holds, what is the matrix?
The matrix on the first row, I got 3/10, 1/10. Second row, I got -8/15 and -3/20.
Okay. Lerato? Lerato?
Yes, sir.
I think this is what Magwena just shared with us is what you told us to be the answer for number 13 before we left on Monday, ne? Or am I wrong?
Yes.
Hmm? Hmm?
It's the
Yes, this is what I'm having here on my document here to say exactly as was mentioned, was said by Magwena is what you shared with us.
yes.
Anyone who has got a different view or who has got a different answer for number 13? No one. Okay? If that is the case, then let's continue. So we agree that number 13 does hold. The matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. In the first row, the entries are 3/10, 1/10. Second row, -8/15, and -3/20. Thank you. Let's now look at number 14.
Sorry, Glenn.
Mhm.
You mind sharing the matrices, the A, sorry, that we are using, the APC, the one that you are saying from exercise 5 to 8.
Here is matrix in number 5. This one, number 5,
2, 3,
6,
4,
7, and 8.
6 is 3, 1, 5, 2, and 8 is 6, 4, -2, -1. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Now, let's work out number 14. Lerato,
Yes, sir.
what are you saying, my brother?
The theory holds.
Are you saying open bracket A, B, C, close bracket to the transpose is equals to C transpose, B to the transpose, and A to the transpose? You say
Yes.
this does hold.
Yes, it does, sir.
Okay. Now, what did you get as the final matrix?
I got -1864 first row.
-18 and +64
Yes.
in the first row.
Yes, in the first row. And
Okay.
then in the second row, I have -12 and 36.
-12 and +36.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me repeat what you said. You said in the first row is -18 and 64. In the second row is -12 and +36. Please talk to,
Yes.
oh, okay. Before I go there, before I give you the stage, Magwena, let's first talk to Magwena. Magwena.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what did you get, my sister?
I've got the same matrix.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Magwena, are you sure?
Yes, sir, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Magwena. anyone who has got a different answer from what we found?
I don't have an answer, Minier. Good evening to everyone. Which question are we working with?
Hey, my brother, how are you?
I'll put answer yourself, sir.
Good. We were working out number 14.
Number 14, you transpose.
Yes.
Oh, I have finished, sir. Are you done or are you still working on it?
We were just confirming an answer.
Oh, then let Makwena confirm hers and then I'll also state my one.
Makwena said she got minus, in the first row, she said she got minus 18 and 64. In the second row, she got minus 12 and positive 36, which is similar to what Lerato found.
Minus 18, 64, negative 12 and 36.
Yes.
I agree with them. I agree with them.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Now, let's look at number 15. In here, they say, in exercises 15 to 18, use the given information to find A. Now, before you start working on this, do you still remember exactly what you need to do in this case? From our discussion.
The quick confirmation. So
Yes.
that 7A to the inverse, is that matrix for that 7A to the inverse or what's going on? We are moving from the inverse to find A. That's what I'm trying to understand. So is that what we're doing? Moving from the inverse back to A.
Aren't we finding 7A inverse?
7A inverse you're never feeling now, which is negative 3, 7, 1, and negative 2.
A.
So if we are finding A, we are moving from that given matrix back to the original one, which is A.
I thought we were supposed to prove that 7A inverse is equal to the given matrix.
Yes. Sir.
Hello.
What are we doing? Aren't we?
Now that's what I'm trying to find out. We are finding A. So we are going back to the original A. Yes. Okay.
I'm not sure. What are we doing? Are we proving that 7A inverse is equal to the given matrix, or are we finding the original matrix A?
I tried to shed some light at the beginning, and then it's more than one people who said no. They are ready to work on it. So let me keep quiet so that those that are in possession to can be able to work it out can share the light with those that are still not sure.
Okay.
Ask them.
Makwena,
Yes, Lerato.
we are finding the value of A in exercise 15 to 18. Use the given information to find the value of A. If you want to use the rules from the specific ones which Sir gave us, use those ones.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you please get a clue?
A clue.
Yes, a clue.
Okay. Bias, this is unfair.
No, I've done it, but I'm not sure. But you know, it's I just want to, if a clue on that, how to connect that inverse, that 7A inverse. I don't know if I should say all that thing bracket minus 1, or is that the correct rule? Or but I think it's correct.
But have you got an answer for me?
Yeah, I've got the answer. If that operation of bracketing everything on the left with minus 1 is correct.
Okay, no problem. We'll see. You will share with us the way you have approached this. Then we'll take it from there. Strelo, what did you get, my brother?
I'm not sure about my answer, sir. But I got like on the first row, I got 2 and 7.
2, 7, and then?
And then I got 1 and 3.
1 and 3. In the first row, 2 and 7. In the second row, 1 and 3.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Where should I go? Lerato, what did you get, my brother?
First row, I got negative 14 over 43. 37 over 43. Second row, I got 49 over 43. 21 over 43.
Thank you. Strelo, Lerato. Magwena.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I
I'm
got
listening.
on the first row. I got 2 over 7, negative 1 over 7. On the second row, I got negative 1, 3 over 7.
Negative 1 and 3 over 7 in the second row.
Yes.
How can 3 people have 3 different answers for the very same exercise?
Right.
Yes, someone is calling me.
Can you go to the screen again? I want to see the answer, the question, man. Is it inverse? There, 7A inverse.
Number 15, ne?
Yeah, number 15. 7A inverse.
Do you see it now?
Yes, I see it, because
Much better.
yes, from what they say, I can tell you how come Makwena got the answer she got, and also Stelo.
Same applies to you, Lerato. How did you get that? So we will discuss how you got to your answer and how I got to my answer and how Stelo got to his answer. So let's wait for us.
I can promise you now, sir, that
Yes.
the answers, the other previous 2 answers, they did the first step correctly, and then they did other things.
Okay. Now, I hear you, Lerato. I hear you, Magwena. Now let's get into this ring. No, we are not getting into the ring. You were in the ring. Now we are stepping out of the ring. Okay. We are now outside the ring. Now let's give Strelo an opportunity to share with us how he arrived at the matrix, which has got the entries in the first row, 2 and 7 in the second row, 1 and 3. Strelo?
Okay, sir. I'm not sure what I was doing here, but what I did, I firstly start multiplying the matrix that was given as an answer by 7. Then from there, I got like the entries were negative 21, 49, 7, and 14. Then from that matrix, I made an adjoint, which was negative 14, negative 49, negative 7, and negative 21. Then I calculated the determinant of the matrix that I got there above, which was 27, 49, 7, and minus 14. Then I got like negative 49. Then from that, I just multiply my adjoint matrix with that inverse. Then I got the answers which are similar to, who's the lead was just speaking now? I forgot her name.
Magwena.
Same answer. Yeah, Makwena. Same answers as Makwena. Then from there, on my final step, I didn't know whether I should divide or multiply. Then I just multiplied by 7. That's how I got my final answers, which was 7, which was 2, 7, 1, and 3.
Thank you, Stelo, for the explanation. Lerato, you have got, in the first row, you've got minus 14 over 43. The second entry is 37 over 43. In the second row, you have got 49 over 43,
Yes.
as well as 21 over 43. Please take us through how you arrived at this answer.
The first thing I did, I multiplied both sides by 1 over 7. And then I got 1 A inverse is equal to 1 over 7 times the original matrix, which I got negative 3 over 7, 1, 1, negative 2 over 7. From the rules that you said if A has an inverse, you can go back by using the identity matrix. So that's what I did. I say A is equal to negative 3 over 7, 1, 1, negative 2 over 7, and then I put that dividing line, and then I wrote 1, 0, 0, 1. It was like a identity matrix with 2 pivots, 1, 0, 0, 1. And then I started doing the row operations. That's when I finally got to my answer.
Thank you, Lerato. Magwena.
Yes, sir.
In the first row, you have got 2 over 7 and minus 1 over 7. In the second row, you have got minus 1 as well as 3 over 7.
Yes.
Please take us through the process that led us to this answer.
What I did was 7A inverse times 7A should give me an identity. And then I said the given matrix, which is 7A inverse by 7A, should give me an identity. I then said my 7A should be the inverse of inverse by identity. So I got so my inverse of an inverse of 7 inverse is 2 negative 1 7 negative 7 3 multiplied by identity is the same thing. So and then because I'm having 7A, so I divided both sides by 7, where I got 1 over 7 multiplied by the matrix 2 minus 1 negative 7 3, which is why I got 2 over 7 negative 1 over 7 negative 1 3 over 7.
Okay. Now,
sir, I reverse my answer. I'm going with Makwena's answer.
Who's talking? Is it Skyler?
Yeah.
Why, Stelo?
No, there was no need for me to multiply with that 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if that is the case, then we have got, if Stelo, if you are withdrawing your initial answer and now going with Magwena's answer, that means now 2 people have got the same answer and 1 person has got a different answer from the 2. And then this can never be the case. We should have the very same answer. Lerato. My brother.
Yes, sir.
It is now 2 against 1.
Even if it's 2, I'm not convinced.
Okay. Yes. I'm not saying you need to be convinced. But now, okay. I heard what all of you have said. Ne? Now, let me ask all of you to take this. Let me ask all of you to take this journey with me to travel to this village. Are we supposed to be in this village or not?
I have a question, Laminier. Does it also work if you take the inverse of the inverse?
Yeah, Abdul, theorem 1.4.7.
Yes, I think that one might be able to help. That one.
Yeah, this one say number C. That's the theorem we are doing. 1.4.7 number C.
Lerato, I asked you, then you kept quiet. You said no.
I don't know these things.
Sorry?
I don't know these things.
Didn't we talk about these things?
I don't know them. It's not about did we talk.
Sorry?
It's fine now. I can see how she did it.
Oh, okay. Hang on, Lerato. You are now disowning me. You are like,
No, the
who's
thing
that
is
man who disowned Jesus Christ?
Judas.
Judas. Magwena. Magwena. Magwena.
Yes, sir.
Do you also know? Do you also not know these things?
I only know A and B. About C, I don't.
The
Okay.
answer is
All right. You are the second Judas. Now, were you not in the session when we discussed this whole section?
I think I wasn't, because
we discussed them, say. I know we discussed them. The problem is that when you discuss things, you don't know them until you know them.
Sorry?
The thing is, we discuss these things, and then below them, we discuss something else. So I thought in this question, we needed the one below, but we needed this one, not the one below it.
We've got a number of people who are confused here, and then we have to provide clarity. People like Maditaba, to mention just a few, who said they in fact don't know what needs to be done. But now, amongst these A, B, and C, which one should we use in that particular question, which is question 15?
I think we should use A, because we are already given the matrix 7A inverse.
Okay, we are given the matrix
7A inverse.
Okay, I'll come back here. Let me go and copy that question so that I can be on the same page with you. Now, this is what we are having. We are having open bracket 7A, all inverse is equals to this matrix. Now, let me go to that theorem. I think the theorem is on page. It's not this one. We are here. What did I do now? I need this matrix. This is -3, 7, 1, and -2. Now let me go back. Yes, we are here. Are we saying, Magwena?
Yes,
Magwena?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm listening. We have got A, B, and C. Which one do we have to use?
A, to find 7A.
A to find 7A. Okay.
I have a
Lerato.
different opinion.
Sir,
Abdul, yeah, I'm with you. Who's okay? Let's hear Abdul, then Lerato you'll follow. Yes, Abdul.
Then I think we should use C instead of A. And the
Okay.
reason why I'm saying this is because of we have a scalar multiplying our matrix. So rule C would perfectly fit this condition that we are dealing with, unlike with A, whereby A only caters for the matrix only, that is not multiplied by a scalar.
I heard you, my brother. Thank you. Lerato, the stage is yours.
C.
Number?
C.
Number C.
Yes.
But Lerato and Mr. Matsuso, the matrix that you're gonna get is a 7A. So
No, we want to get A.
yes, what I'm saying is if we use A, we're gonna find 7A. So that I'm not sure if
How do you separate 7 from A?
no,
I'm going back to my answer again now.
because we are already given 7A inverse. So if we're using A, we're gonna find as matrix 7A.
How do you
Yes,
separate 7 from
I
A?
agree with her.
No, I'm not saying we're separating it. What I'm saying is
Must be separated.
we are given the matrix 7A inverse. And then for us to find matrix 7A, we must use theorems 1.4.7a to find matrix 7A.
They want A, not 7A. So you use C and then you use A.
Okay.
You must separate.
Let's just agree to disagree.
But I also agree with Lerato.
Even if we disagree, even if we agree to disagree, at some other point in time, we need to agree because we need to have the same answer. What are we agreeing on? Yeah.
C, then A. C, then A.
I also agree with Lerato say.
C first and then
Who's
A.
talking? Someone said, I just agree with Lerato. Who are you?
Namthandazo.
I think what we need to do here.
Yes, sir.
So I think we should use theorem C, ne?
Yeah.
Then the answer that we got from theorem C, the lady is right. And the answer that we're gonna get from theorem C is gonna be the inverse. It's gonna be the inverse of 7A, which is 7A, right? So in order for us to get A, we must remove that constant that we were given, which was 7. So then that's how we get the final answer. So that means
I'm
the
listening,
entry.
Lerato.
First, you must separate K from A. Inverse of 7 times inverse of A. And then you deal with inverse of A using A. But first, you must separate them. Because if you use A only, you will multiply 7 into the matrix of A instead of 1/7.
Please come back again, Lerato.
We use C first, and then we get inverse of 7 times inverse of A. And then we deal with the inverse of A part using A. And then you will have 1/7 on the side, or inverse of 7. And then you multiply it into A. That's the answer you should get.
Lerato, in this case, we are given the matrix 7A. If you let that matrix to be, like, let's say, it's matrix B, that is, how do you find matrix B? If you let that matrix 7A inverse to be matrix B, how do you find its inverse? You find it by applying A, because in this case, you don't
A
have...
it's inverse of A. A it's inverse of A only. And then we'll say 7 times inverse of A instead of inverse of 7 times inverse of A, like it should be.
Yeah. Can we vote at least on this? Because guys.
No, there's no democracy in maths. There are
There is
rules.
no voting here.
There are rules, not democracy.
There is
think
no
we must
voting.
use democracy now.
Sir,
I agree with Simi.
sir, let me explain it to you clearly. Okay. We use inverse of 7. Okay. 7A inverse. We separate it first to inverse of 7 times inverse of A. And then we deal with inverse of A using rule A so that we can get A. And then our final answer will be inverse of A times A. And inverse of, if we use only rule A, we'll have 7 on the side and A normal. And then
So
it will
the
be
that you're gonna get if you use A.
it's
It's
not
not
that
A. It's 7A.
no, we want
from,
A, not
From
7A.
7 you will find from 7A you will find A.
We want A,
No,
not
you
7A.
first use A and then B. And then
Please come in, say this is where we need you.
Sir,
This is
angazi
your
noma
job now.
ngiyazulu nane.
Sir, can you have an
Okay.
agreement? Sir,
Oh, yes, I'm listening.
5
Okay,
minutes.
people.
Senzamalanga ngeshethu sir.
Here there is no democracy.
5 minutes, and let's find answers and compare.
Okay, now let's talk. Do you see? Do you all see this theorem 1.4.7?
Yes.
The theorem that we are
Yes.
looking at. Yes.
Yes.
Now, what we are having below, do you see this this proof?
Yes, we
The
can see.
proof for C below
Yes, we
the
can-
theorem.
Yes, see the proof.
You see the proof. Thank you. Now, what we need to do, it's not in here. No, it's not this one. We are only having A to the inverse. Let's look here. Lerato, somehow there seems to be an agreement on this part. Do we all agree on the part that I've highlighted?
Yes, I agree.
Do we all agree on that one?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, if we agree on that one, then what is it that we are missing?
That identity part and multiplying the scalar with the matrix again, something like that. That must give us an identity.
I agree with you, Abdul. Now, that means that from there, now we have got a scalar on the right-hand side as well as that A inverse. No. This is what we have. We have got A inverse on the left-hand side is equals to that scalar, which is 7 inverse, and then the matrix minus 3, 7, 1, and minus 2. Do we all agree on that one?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What we are saying, we are having A inverse is equals to 7 inverse multiplied by this matrix minus 3, 7, 1, and minus 2. Still together. Are you still with me on that one?
I disagree, sir.
Abdul, you agree or disagree?
Sir, disagree,
Now,
sir.
we are breaking. I'm not sure if it's you or what. So we are breaking. I can't hear you properly.
Can you all hear me or not?
We can.
I
We
can
can.
hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. What I'm saying, from what I've highlighted, we have got A inverse equals to 7 inverse multiplied by the matrix that we are given, which has got the components -3, 7, 1, and -2. Do we agree on that one?
No.
Where do we disagree?
Sir, I'm not sure whether I'm right, but now the -3 -7 is equal to the whole thing. So we can't say A is inverse is equal to that matrix that you are given, sir, because that matrix that you are given is equal to the whole thing, which is 7 A inverse.
I hear you. And I don't disagree with you. But what I'm just saying is to say, taking into account what we are given, taking into account what I've highlighted, we agree in this case that our K is the 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, our K is the 7. Now we take this K to the other side. It is going to be K to the -1, which is 7 to the power -1. Do we agree?
Yes.
Thank you. Multiplied by the matrix that we are given.
Correct.
Then no.
Sir,
I
just
disagree. Yes,
to
sir.
just to simplify what you are saying, the
Hmm.
highlighted part of K to the -1 and A to the -1 is equivalent to the matrix. Now I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure if other colleagues understand what you're saying. So in place of that 7A to the inverse, substitute that K to the -1 and A to the -1, and it is equivalent to that exact matrix that we're given to start with, which is -3, 7, 1, and -2.
I'm with you. Now we are looking for what? For A. But on the left-hand side, we are left with A inverse. Do we agree on that one? Magwena,
Yes,
here is where
yes, yes.
Magwena comes in. Magwena. Magwena.
Yes, yes, sir.
My sister, do you see number A in this theorem?
Yes.
In number A, we are saying A inverse is invertible. And then in this case, A is invertible. Do we agree?
Yes.
And they are saying A inverse is invertible, and A inverse to the inverse is A. Do we agree on that one?
Oh.
Just on number A.
Yes.
To get where we want to get.
Yes.
Do we agree to say after the end we have got A inverse? Then when we raise that inverse to the -1, then we are having A. Do we agree?
Yes, I agree.
Do we all see that from the same angle?
Yes.
Sure. People,
Yes.
are you still with me?
You are following.
You're still
Yes.
here, sir. You're still here.
Now, if you are here, now, do you agree with me to say now, instead of A inverse, we can write A?
Yes.
Therefore, on the left-hand side, we will have A is equals to 7 inverse multiplied by that matrix.
Yes, I agree.
Oh,
yes,
yes,
I understand. Yes, I understand it now.
I'm lost, sir.
This is what I'm saying. we are given open bracket 7A, close bracket inverse is equals to this matrix, -3, 7, 1, and -2. Do we agree? That's what we are
Yes.
given. Are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is what we are saying next. Using this theorem, from what I've highlighted in this proof, or alternatively from here, from number C, we agree, if we agree that on the left-hand side, we have got, this is scalar, 7 is a scalar. And A is a matrix. Everything is to the inverse. Do we agree? A is to the inverse. Do you agree with me or disagree?
We agree, sir.
I understand the theorem, sir.
Tell us
So
the agreement.
now, if we agree, now this is what I'm saying. From this, on the left-hand side, then we'll have 7 to the inverse multiplied by the given matrix.
That's where we don't agree, sir.
That's where we disagree.
Yes.
What should we say?
No, sir. I'm saying that, okay, I can understand where we say K, we're going to put on K, we can just replace that K with 7. But now I think the matrix should change, because now the matrix that we're given on the equation, we're not just given A, we're given 7 A. So that means now that matrix there need to change. It's not going to be the same matrix that is equal to 7A. That's where we disagree. I mean, Zulu say, do you understand this Zulu say?
I think I hear what you are saying. Is that a Stelo?
Yeah, what's that?
Stelo. Okay. Now, if I hear what you are saying, then this is what we are going to have. This is what we are going to have. Now, we are going to have 7 inverse. Do we agree on that one?
Yeah, what's that?
Yes.
Then we will. Okay. Hang on, people, hang on. Do we have this matrix A?
The only way to get to A, say, that means you must take that matrix layer and as in negative, C divided on 7. That can be our A. It can't be that matrix that you are given.
I hear you. But what I'm saying, from this theorem, we have got 7 inverse. We agree on that one, né?
Yeah.
And then A inverse is equals to the matrix that we are given. Do we agree on that one?
Yes.
Okay. Then if we agree on that one, then it's okay. Now, we are not looking for A inverse. We are looking for A. Do we agree?
Yes.
We have to find the inverse of the inverse.
Now we have got 7 to the inverse. A to the inverse is equals to this given matrix. Now, we need to get rid of this 7 to the inverse. Okay? 7 to the -1. How do we get rid of it?
We multiply 7.
Multiply by 1/7.
We multiply 7. The whole number 7.
We multiply by 7 to the power 1. Thank you, Makwen. Do we all agree?
Agree.
Agree, sir. And
Yes,
can I
sir.
also confirm quickly? Remember, 7 to the -1 is the same as 1/7. So it is better to multiply with 7 instead of dividing by that 1/7. Or it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it seems as if the answers are the same.
So now we agree that when we multiply by 7, meaning we multiply on both sides by 7, né?
Yes, both sides.
Both sides by 7. Now,
Yes.
we have got A inverse is equals to 7. This matrix -3, 7, 1, and -2 as our matrix.
Yes.
But
Yes, sir.
we are not looking for A inverse. What are we looking for?
A.
A.
We're looking
We're
for
looking for A. Now, how do we then move from this A inverse to A?
Find
Using
the
law,
inverse
the
of the
first
inverse.
Anyone help us?
Sir.
Yes. Yes,
Ngithi sir. Ngithi sir. You see from the theorem that you are given, sir. What we need to do, sir, ne? We just need to write. We just need to write our 7A inverse in the form that is written on the right hand side, ne, sir? Then we multiply both sides by 7 so that we can get A inverse. So that means the matrix that we were given as the answer for 7A inverse must be multiplied by 7 so that we can get A inverse. Then in order to find the A, we need to take the inverse of that A inverse using that theorem number theorem number 1 so that we can get A.
Hello. You and I are halfway to following each other or to understanding each other to where we want to get to. So at this point in time, Scrello, if I understand you clearly, you and I on the left-hand side are left with A inverse equals to 7 multiplied by the given matrix.
Yes.
Yes. Now, our challenge now, which is where I need everybody to come in, is to say now, we are not looking for A inverse. We are looking for A. How do we get that A?
Using theorem A of 1.4.7, which is finding the inverse of the inverse.
Thank you, Abdul. We agree that no, we are now having A inverse. Now, if we raise that inverse to the -1, we will have A. But then, what will we then have to do on the right-hand side? I agree with you, Abdul. Strelo, then what do we do to the right-hand side?
You find the inverse.
We multiply the entries of that matrix with that 7.
Hang on, Strelo. Okay. Slowly. We don't want to lose anyone here. Strelo, this is what we have. You are still repeating what you and I said we agree on. I need us to move from that point. This is what we are saying. On the left-hand side, we've got A inverse is equals to. Now I'm multiplying by that 7, meaning the first entry will be -21. Do we agree, Strelo?
Yes.
Yes.
The second entry will be 49. Do we agree?
Yes.
The next one will be 7. The next one will be -14.
Correct.
Yes.
Now we moved. Okay. We are no longer going to talk about this anymore. We are done. Now we are on the left-hand side. We have got A inverse. We are not looking for A inverse. We are looking for A. How do we get A?
We find the determinant.
No, you are misleading us. Let me hear the one who said determinant is misleading us. Now someone is calling me. I'm listening, my sister.
How about we multiply by -1 on both sides to get rid of -1 on that side?
If we do that, on the left-hand side, we will have A. Do we agree?
Yes.
Okay. That is what I'm also doing. What we're doing on the left-hand side should also be done on the right-hand side. Do we agree?
Yes.
This means that this matrix, -21, 49, 7, -14, now is raised to what? To this -1. Are we together?
Are we raising or multiplying? Because if I heard correctly, someone said multiply by -1.
We are raising.
Oh.
Abdul, look at number A.
Yes, I see them.
What are we doing? Are we raising or are we multiplying?
Well, it is raising, but to just make it simple, I would say it's finding the inverse of an inverse.
Therefore, A is equals to minus 21, 49, 7, minus 14 to the inverse. That's our A. Stelo,
Yes, sir.
are we in agreement?
Yes, we are, sir.
But now we are sitting with a problem here. Do you see the problem that we are sitting with?
Yes, sir. How to remove the -1 or how to find the inverse of that matrix.
Yes. Thank you, Leonard. Now, this means that we need to find what? The inverse of this matrix. The inverse of this matrix, then it will then be what? The A that we are looking for. Is this making sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
That's where we need to go. That is how this should be solved.
Sir,
Yes.
to find it, can you use that method of using the identity matrix?
This is a 2 by 2 matrix, eh? Lerato, I hear you. This is a 2 by 2 matrix, meaning alongside this, you will have a 2 by 2 identity matrix.
Yes.
To get to whatever that this matrix will be solved until we have got an identity matrix on the left-hand side. Then whatever would be on the right-hand side will be the inverse. I agree with what you are saying, Lerato.
Okay.
What I just said was just an explanation of how then to go about doing it. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
People, are you still with us?
So just to make sure that we understand and we are not lost. Currently, we are sitting at the inverse of A being that negative 21 and 49 in the first row, 7 and negative 14. So can we maybe start from this point, we multiply by that identity. Let us also participate and engage ourselves. Then once we're done, then we'll come back and continue from there.
Yes, I agree with
Abdul, I hear what you are saying.
Hello, sir.
Abdul?
Yes, sir.
I agree with what you are saying. I agree with this matrix that then this means that it is this matrix that you just mentioned, eh? But then
Yes,
we
sir.
need to find what? Its inverse.
Correct.
Yes. So you and I will start to talk once we have found an inverse. So that is where we'll start to engage. This is our matrix. Let's find its inverse. That inverse will then be A.
Okay.
What I gave you, sir?
Sorry?
I gave you the inverse.
Who gave me an inverse?
At the beginning of this question.
Who am I talking to?
Stelo.
Stelo, let me check. Oh, okay, Stelo, hang on. Are you saying I have got your I've got the matrix that you gave me here? Are you saying these entries that you have given me?
Yeah, the one that I redrawn them. Yeah, because I was getting lost based on the conversation on the explanations here. Then I thought maybe the way that I was doing it was wrong. Then I changed my answer. But now, according to the explanation that you just gave, that means the way that I did it previous was the correct way.
I hear you, Stelo. And then I do have what you have given us as your answer here. I copied. I copied everyone's answer. I've got Lerato's answer. I've got your answer. I'm also having Magwena's answer. But can we give them, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes to see whether they will arrive at your answer? Is that fair?
Fair enough, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, Stelo, if I may ask, is this the matrix that you used to get that inverse, the one that you shared with us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Then let's give them 2 or 3 minutes to see
Lerato.
what they will get.
Lerato.
Then we'll
Sir,
yes.
sir, can
Hello.
I have a question? I don't have a question. What was the question saying?
Is it Tando?
Namtandas.
Tando.
Yes, sir. Can you please go back to that question? I need to copy it.
Here is the question. Number 15.
Sir.
Hello.
Lerato.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lerato. Yes, Magwena.
I'm-
Magwena, you will follow Lerato. Lerato, yes.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, Lerato, you're done. Okay. Magwena.
I still don't arrive at Stelo's matrix. My
Oh,
final. Okay.
Okay, just hang on.
Okay.
Okay. Let me somehow just ask Lerato. Lerato, is your matrix similar to that one of Stelo?
I don't know
Yes or
how
no?
statistics look. No, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know
it.
how it looks like. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. All right. Lerato, what did you get, brother? Okay, let me say, Stelo, the matrix that you gave us at the beginning had these following entries. In the first row, 2, 7, 1, and 3. Do we agree?
Change that one, sir. Put negative. 2/7, 1, 1/7, 3/7.
What should I write, Stelo?
On the 2, just divide the 2 by 7.
Yes.
Then the 1 also on the first column divided by 7.
Yes.
Then on the second row again, the second entry should be divided by 7 also.
Are you saying in the first row we need to have 2/7?
Yes.
As well as 7/7, or the 7 remains?
1/7 is 2/7 on the first row, then 1.
Yes.
Then 1/7.
Hang on. Okay, please repeat.
2/7.
2/7.
1.
1.
1/7.
1/7.
3/7.
3/7. Okay, got that.
How can I also got the same answer, sir?
Okay, hang on. Lerato?
I also got the same answer, sir.
Yeah, hang on. Lerato, one at a time, please. Lerato?
I got -8/21.
-8/21.
1.
1.
1/7.
1/7.
3/7.
3/7. Nomthandazo?
Sir, I got 2/7.
2/7.
1/7.
1/7.
Then on the second row, I got 1
1
and 3/7.
and 3/7.
Yes.
Magwena,
Yes,
Magwena, what did you get, my sister? What's your final matrix?
my final matrix is 2/7.
2/7. 1
1/7.
1/7.
3/7.
3/7.
Yes.
Stelo, okay, Stelo and Makwena up
And
to so
Abdul.
far,
And Abdul. I agree with them.
and Abdul, Nomtandazo, your entries oh, again, Lerato, your first entry,
Sir,
yes,
I can only do Jordan. I cannot do Jordan cows. So because like I had problem for sure going upwards. Because ish,
yeah, your entry, okay, let's say 1, 2, 3 entries. The only problem is your first entry. Is that where your problem is?
yes, that's what the problem is. And you get it by going up.
How? Okay. How can we help you? Can anyone help Lerato here? All these other entries are similar. Can anyone help out Lerato from how to move from this -28 -8/21 to this 2/7? Can anyone help?
So I think when
Sir,
we're doing 2 by 2 matrix, we must just use the formula.
Okay. Because this is a 2 by 2 matrix. But then I hear you. Because this is a 2 by 2 matrix. In case it's not a 2 by 2 matrix, let's help out.
Sir, I did it differently.
sir, you know why they got 2/7? They did it the other way. Like there's a ish, from going. Ish,
Okay. So now what I can add is that I think we should follow the rules of inverse. The way you do an inverse, if you want to find an inverse of something, it's 1 over the determinant of that matrix times the adjoint. So the Gauss-Jordan method and the other one might throw you off. So if you stick to that, it might be able to produce this answer that me, Makwena, and Stelo have agreed or arrived on. Because once you use a different technique, that's where now it becomes tough to come in and help. But if we stick to the basic rules of just how to find an inverse of a matrix and you follow those rules, it should be able to do the trick.
if I get a 10 by 10 matrix, how will I do that?
For now, since we are still fresh in this, stick to what you know for now. Don't go and complicate it. In my own opinion, I'm just advising, don't go and complicate it. Stick to that. We will get to a chapter whereby we will be dealing with bigger matrix, maybe a 3 by 3, 4 by 4, whatever. And there will be techniques that will be associated with how to solve that. So for now, since we're dealing with a 2 by 2 and we have formulas to deal with that, I also agree in sticking to those formulas and using that just to save a lot of time and confusion.
Does that help, Lerato?
It does not help because 2-3 weeks from now, I'll be saying the same thing, which I'm saying right now. So it's better in 2 weeks than now. That's what they're saying to me. You can make a noise 2 weeks time, not now.
We need an answer. We need to help you now, not in 2 weeks' time.
Because
and there is another lady just after you who needed to say something. Who was that? Someone was talking? My sister. Lerato,
Yes,
stay on
sir.
the line. Yes. Your name, please.
Nomthandazo.
Okay, Nomthandazo, we are still trying to help out Lerato. Ne? Immediately after
Okay.
that, do come in. Lerato.
Yes, sir.
How do we help out? Because in this case, ideally, it's a 2x2 matrix. We should just, we shouldn't be having any challenges.
Sir,
Oh, sir, you know what happens, sir? I now get the 2x2 with my normal method. For my row operations, it's where you have like the top row that you want to remove as -7/3. So I multiplied 1 by -7/3. And then it was 1 multiplied by -7/3 plus -7/3 plus 1 over -1/21, which gave me -8/21. But then when I say negative, when I say +7/3 times 1/3 plus -1/21, it gives me 2/7. It's fine.
My concern is that whichever way, okay, the most important thing that all of us need to know is that the formula only works for 2x2. And then this other method works for any size of a matrix. That's why I'm saying I cannot wait to help you in 2 weeks' time. I need to help you out now. So that in the next 2 weeks, we shouldn't be talking about the very same problem that you are talking about now. Do you get me?
Yes, I understand, sir.
How do we help you out? Help us to help you out. We want to help you.
It's fine now. It's a matter of science, like always. So it's fine.
And practice.
Enough practice.
Okay. Please keep on practicing, and then my belief is that we'll get where you want to get to. Nomthandazo. Thank you, Lerato. Nomthandazo.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was saying I got the same answer with others, but I think I used a different method than them. So can they please explain to me how they did it? Because I seem to have done it the other way around, not the same way as they did.
Who do I? There is Celo, there is Makwena, there is Celo, there is Makwena, there is Abdul. Who else got the same answer? Anyone of you, please help out Nomthandazo. Anyone?
Can Mr. Abdul explain? He's good in explaining. I think Nomthandazo will be able to hear him.
Okay. Nomthandazo,
Yes, Abdul.
how are you?
I'm excellent. Anyway.
I'm all right. I'm going to start here. You know what steps and procedures to do in terms of finding an inverse of any matrix?
Not sure.
Okay. Well, to find an inverse of any matrix, there is this rule that says 1 over the determinant multiplied by the adjoint, or where are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I've seen it, but I haven't used it. But I've seen that.
So now, if I'm going to talk to you like this without showing you the steps, it might be a bit difficult for me to do so. Because, it would have been easier if you had the background, then we would be working on top of that. So another method I used was following that normal procedure of how you go about finding the inverse of a matrix. So in this particular case, like we were dealing with all those theorems, we have that scalar that we dealt with by multiplying by 7. So if you multiply, remember what you do on the left, you do on the right. So if you multiply by 7 on the right, you will end up with A inverse. And then you multiply by 7 on the left, then you'd have that matrix that we're talking about of negative, first row is negative 21 and 49. And then second row, you will have 7 and negative 14. So having done those steps already, then it would give you that A to the negative 1 is that matrix I just called. Then now you find the inverse of the inverse. So you find the inverse of that matrix, where you will start by finding the determinant. How do you go about finding the determinant? It's the main diagonal. You multiply the main diagonal and subtract the minor or that other diagonal. So you would have ended up with negative 49 as your determinant. So now, remember we said going about to find an inverse, you'll have 1 over the determinant multiplied by the adjoint. So in this case, I said my determinant was negative 49. So we would have 1 over negative 49 to start with. And then the adjoint part, that's where you switch the two on the main diagonal. You switch those two values around. And then when you go to the minor diagonal, you just add those negative signs, if you still remember very well. So then your matrix for that would be negative 14, first row, negative 14 and negative 49. Second row would be negative 7 and negative 21. And then now when you start multiplying 1 over negative 49 times 14, it will times negative 14, it will give you 2 over 7. And then you go again, 1 over negative 49 times negative 49 gives you 1, which is the first row. We're moving on to the second row now. 1 over negative 49 times 7 gives you 1 over 7. And then lastly, 1 over negative 49 times 21 gives you 3 over 7. That's how I went about finding that or landing at this final answer, just following the basic procedures. So initially, you just had to apply your mathematical laws dealing with that inverse of that scalar. That is why we multiplied by 7 and we got that new matrix. And then starting from there, you find the inverse of that matrix. So I hope it makes sense. Do you understand? I know it's a bit tough because you can't see anything. I'm just talking to you right now, but I hope I've made some sense there. Did I?
No, it did make some sense. Thank you. I understood very, very well. It's well explained.
Okay, you're welcome.
I did something very different from that. But thanks.
So I would advise that you stick to that basic one. These other methods, I can't come in that much because I didn't use any other method outside what I've used. So I cannot explain much in terms of that. But based on that method that I just explained to you, I think that should do the trick.
Okay, thank you, Abdul.
Sure.
Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Nomtandazo. Having spent almost the whole session on this, my advice to you, to all of you, is to go, because ideally what we are doing, we are just applying these theorems and these definitions. Please get familiar with them so that it can be easier for you to apply them. The very same one. As we are now moving on to number 16. Do you know which one you need to apply to can be able to find A here?
It's that transpose one. That transpose one. That A to the transpose is the same as the inverse transpose, something like that.
Yes. Now, for those who can remember it, Abdul, let's go and try to refresh their memories so that they can be able to. Okay, now let's see. Okay, let me write down this quest. Yeah, this is the question. Let me write it down so that we can be able to. This is 5a to the transpose all to the inverse is equals to -3, -1, 5, and 2. Did you all copy number 16?
Yes.
Thank you.
We are still copying the.
Okay, tell us when you are done. Only number
I'm
16.
done.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, thank you, my sister. Now, let's go and visit in another village. There is a village that we need to visit. Which one? Okay, let me start from somewhere. It can be here. It has to be somewhere here. Do we, if it is not here, then it will be elsewhere. Is this theorem helping us to can be able to find A? Theorem 1.4.8. Are we getting any help here?
It might
Yes,
help.
Sbusiso, how are you?
I'm fine, Sam.
You have been hiding. I don't know where you. I don't know where, but somehow you have been hiding.
ESCOM has been killing me, Sam.
I'm sorry. We are in the same situation.
Ash.
Yes. Now, let's talk, people, based on what we are given in number 16. Can we be able to apply any of this to can be able to find A? Yes or no? Or should we get out of this village and go and visit in a city?
We are fine in this
Something might
village.
help, yes.
Are we fine in this village?
Yes.
Okay. If we are fine in this village, then will you then be able to solve number 16?
Let's give it a chance.
Because
Yes,
people, I don't know how to emphasize it. The most important thing is to can be able to apply all by just looking at them and not understanding how to apply them, it makes no sense. Yes, we did go through them. Now it's time to apply them. Will we all be able to find our way in solving number 16?
Can you give us some time to try it out, say, then we'll come back and discuss.
Okay, thank you. Makwena, what did you get, my sister?
My matrix A on the first row is -2/5, 1. And then on the second row is -1/5, 3/5.
I agree.
Abdul agrees.
Lerato.
Nomthandazo.
Lerato. Nomthandazo. There is also Abdul here. Now, let me go to Sbusiso. Sbusiso, what did you get, brother?
My first row is 2/5, 1/5, and 7 over. Oh, my second row is 7/5 and 3/5.
Hang on, Sbusiso. First row, you have got 2/5, yes?
Yes, and 1/5.
1/5. Second row?
Is 7/5 and 3/5.
7/5 and 3/5. Yeah. Who else has got a different answer?
Hello, sir. Still got a
Hello?
different answer, sir.
Who's talking?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yes, brother. What have you got?
Now I got negative 1/10 on the first
Negative,
row.
hang on. Negative 1/10, yes.
And negative 1/50.
Negative 1/50.
Then second row I got 3/50.
3/50.
And 3/50.
And 3/50.
I've got some different things. I don't know.
Sorry? Is it Vincent?
Yeah, I'm getting those. Yes.
Good evening, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, and you?
Good. What did you get?
My determinant, and then I got negative 1/275.
Hang on. Before you get there, I'm looking for the final matrix.
2/55.
2/5, yes.
55, not 5. 55.
Okay, slowly. What did you get? First entry in the first row, what is it?
2/55.
2/55. Uh-huh.
And then 1/11.
1/11. Uh-huh. In the second row?
1/55.
1/55.
3/55.
3/55. 1, 2, 3, 4. People, we can't have this. Can't be in this situation. No ways. No ways. Vincent, please share with us how you arrived.
Okay.
At this answer.
Okay.
Hang on, Vincent. All of us, please, let's all pay attention so that we can be able to help out each other.
Okay, I started by like it's 5, and then multiply by the matrix and then transpose.
Hang on. Please come back again. You started. How did you start?
5, A.
Yes.
And then transpose, and then in the inverse. And then which is the matrix -3, -1, 5, and 2.
We are listening.
Right. Then I multiply the matrix by the constant, and then I got -15, -5, 25, and 10. Then I take a transpose of that matrix, which is -5 and -15, -5, 25, and 10. Then it gives me -15, 25, 5, and 10. Then I find the determinant of like the matrix, which is -15, 25, 5, and 10. Then I go to the determinants -275. And then I'm looking for the inverse now. 1 over that determinant, which is -275 of the same matrix. And then I treat the same matrix, and then which is 10, and then -25. Then I change the sign negative. That's why 25 is now negative, and then 5 is now negative, and then 15 remain like with the sign. Then yeah, I got 2 over. When I multiply -1, 10, and then I got -2 over. I'm getting lost. Yeah. That's so far.
I think Vincent's problem is the determinant, sir. I don't agree with his determinant. I think that's what threw him off. Vincent.
Okay. Yes, okay. I hear you, Abdul. Please talk to Vincent.
Okay, before, and then is the matrix 10, -25, -5, and -15 correct? The transpose one.
Hold on. There's a matrix you had of -15, -5, 25, and 10. Can we go back to that matrix?
Negative?
First row, -15 and -5.
First row, -15 and -5. Yeah. Second row, 25 and 10.
Yes. Okay, fine.
All right.
So getting to that matrix, what is on your left-hand side now? Because remember, it's something equals to that matrix. So what do you have on your left-hand side? Is it A transpose, A inverse? What do you have?
Just like I was just working on a transpose, not taking an inverse, not yet like with the inverse. Then
I
now,
think it will help you.
Now,
sorry,
the transpose one of that 50, -15 and -5. Then I took like -15, 25, 5,
no,
and 10.
it's -15 and 10. Remember when you do that, not the transpose, the determinant. It's the main diagonal. You multiply the main diagonal, which is -15 and 10. That should give you -150.
Sorry, stop there. Okay.
And then you
Wait,
subtract
sorry.
25
Sorry.
times -5.
Sorry, stop there. Like we are looking for the determinant of like this A transpose inverse, ne?
You need to transpose it first. Transpose it.
Okay. Then after I transpose it, this is the matrix before I took the inverse. -15, 25, 5,
That's the first row.
5
Yes,
and 10,
that's the
5
first
and
row.
10, 5 and 10.
Correct.
Alright.
-5 and 10.
Yeah. -5.
-5 and 10.
Oh, I lost the sign. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So which means like if it's -5 and then that determinant is not gonna be like such big number because it's gonna be plus.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think your determinant took you out.
Yeah. I'll sort it out. Okay. I lost the sign here. That's my problem with the sign.
Will you then be able to, after fixing the sign, then will you be able to get back on the track, Vincent?
Yeah, like it's gonna be like a 10 if I take the determinant 150 and then plus 125, which is -150 plus 125, and then it's gonna give me
-25.
-25, yeah.
Correct.
That's right, yeah. And then the determinant of that inverse is gonna be -1/25, and then into, and then if I change the matrix, and then it's gonna be 15 is gonna go up, and then 10 is gonna go down, and then 5 is gonna take the positive side, and then 25 is gonna be the positive side. Then yeah, gonna be giving me.
Hold on, Vincent, can you repeat that one when you are switching? So can you give me the first row now when you switch?
Vincent?
Okay, listen, I'm going back. -15.
The adjoint, where you are switching, everything else you came correctly. I just want where you are switching and allocating those negative signs. Can you give me that matrix?
Okay, I'm going back. -15 and 25, né? And the -5 and 10.
Sure.
Okay, 10 is gonna be the first row, on the first row.
Yeah.
And then 15 is gonna be like down on the diagonal, on the left diagonal. I mean, going down. -15.
Is it 15 or negative?
Yeah, and then 5 is gonna stay but change the sign positive, and then 25 is gonna change the sign and then negative.
So give me the full matrix. First row.
First row of like change the matrix.
Yeah.
First row is gonna be 10.
Yeah.
-25.
Sure.
And then 5 and the -15.
Correct. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Abdul.
I lost the sign, but I really appreciate your help, man.
Okay, you are always welcome. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No,
Please
I saw
share
my
with us.
I saw my mistake, sir. I copied the question wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can we make an agreement, you and I, to say, going forward, we'll copy the questions correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now let's come to Sbusiso. Sbusiso,
Yes, sir.
your figure, okay, let me start here. Your last entry in the second row is similar
Yes, sir.
to what the others have got. And then the other, okay, let me start with the first entry. Yours is positive, theirs is negative. The number is the same, but yours is positive. And then the last entry, that's where you agree with them. These other entries, you disagree.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please take us through. Let's help out each other.
Okay, sir. At first we have 5A to the 5A to the transpose to the inverse. So
Yes.
what I did was to take the inverse of the inverse. So making that, it means I'm taking the inverse of that matrix. Are you following, sir? So I got the inverse.
You are taking the inverse of the matrix on the right hand side.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay. The inverse, I got the inverse to be 2, 7, and 1, and 3.
Okay, before you go there, hang on. That means
yes,
on the left hand side, you are left with 5A for the transpose, ne?
Transpose.
Yes. Now on the right hand side, you are only finding an inverse.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
And the inverse is 2, 7, 1, and 3.
2, 7,
1, and 3.
There is another one missing.
1 and 3, sir. The second row, it's 1, 7. 2 and 7.
Hang on, first row is 2 and 1.
And 7.
In the
first
second
row,
row,
sir, it's 2. Oh, in the second row, it's 1 and 3.
Slowly. What are the entries in the first row?
The first entry is 2. The second entry is 7.
Okay.
My second row, the first entry is 1 and the second entry is 3, sir. All positive.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir. The second thing, I multiplied by 1 over 5 on both sides. Then I got the matrix of 2 over 5, 7 over 5. The second row, it's 1 over 5 and 3 over 5. Then I took the transpose of the transpose of A and the transpose of that matrix, which led me to 2 over 5 and 1 over 5. The second row being 7 over 5 and 3 over 5.
Okay, you found the matrix. Then, after finding the matrix, then you moved from the transpose then to A.
Yes, sir.
I follow. Now, Makwena, Lerado, Nomtandazo, and Abdul.
Sir, as Makwena speaking, I
Yes.
did both. I did both methods the same way Susan did it and the same way we did it earlier on. So I got negative 2 over 5, 1, negative 1 over 5, and 3 over 5 on both methods. So the first method was I find the inverse of the matrix was given, and then the inverse was -2, -1, 5, and 3. After that, I divided by 5. I got matrix. The matrix A transpose was -2/5, 1/5, 1, and 3/5. I took the transpose to get A, which is -2/5, 1, 1/5, and 3/5. So I get the same thing.
Okay.
When I apply. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you saying using different methods, you are arriving at the same answer, which is negative?
The same answer, yes.
-2/5, 1, -1/5, 3/5.
Yes.
Sibusiso.
So
Let's
yes,
talk. Let's talk. We should have the same answer.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Let's reverse, because if we have the same answer but different signs, it means that our inverse matrices are different, have different signs, So let me say how my inverse got to the positive entries. The determinant is -1, sir, and you multiply. When you multiply that determinant, you multiply it by -2 and -7. The second row being -1 and -3. And how I got those entries, you take the matrix that we have, you swap the main diagonal. So you have -2 on the first entry and -3 on the second row, second entry. Then you take the minus of on the first row, the second entry, take -7, and the second row you take -1 on the first entry. Then you multiply by -1. You get everything becomes positive.
Mr. Sibusiso, when you find the inverse of the matrix and -3, -1, 5, 5, and 2, how did you do it? What was your determinant?
The determinant is
I got -1.
-1.
To get the inverse of this matrix, you swap the main diagonals, right?
Yes, we swap the main diagonals, of which, let's say, we swap them. Let's swap them.
Let's swap them, yes.
Let's swap them now, Annie. We have -2 and -3, right?
No, I got before multiplying by the determinant, I got 2.
Yes.
1 -5.
How did you get 2?
Because I'm swapping the main diagonals. On the diagonals, I have 3. I have 2. I have 3 and 2. So when I swap them, it's 2 and -3. So
the main diagonal is composed of -3 and -2. So when you swap them, you're supposed to have -2 and -3, not positive.
I think it's 2 and -3.
I got
2 and -3.
When you swap. 2 and -3 when you swap.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. I wrote -2. Okay, I see my mistake. Okay. I say we are fine.
Are you sure we are fine?
I say everything I did was correct. I just wrote -2, and I see why I wrote -2, because I saw number 15 written -2, so I think my brain copied -2 there. But we are fine, sir. We are fine.
Okay. For me, the most important thing is for us to get to the very same answer, no matter how we approach an exercise, but at the end, we should arrive at the very same answer. I get worried when we get different answers. If you are saying you are fine, so then I'm also fine. Then, if that is the case, then let me thank everybody for participating in today's workshop. And then again, let me ask you again. This is just a friendly request. Familiarize yourself with all these theorems, all these definitions. Tomorrow, okay, we looked at 15, we looked at 16. Now, okay, at this point in time, let me just say, go and familiarize yourself with how 17 and 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yes, you have got the book. 22, where is this 22 now? Okay, looking for this 22. 21, here is 20. Oh, here is 22. 37. Where is 37? Looking for 37. 37, there is 37. And then 38. Please, go and familiarize yourself with those that I've mentioned. Those are the ones that we'll look at tomorrow. Then, if we can be able to successfully, without any hassle, can be able to solve them, then I'm more than ready to move.
Can you please go back to number 19, 20,
and where? Here, Magwena?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I said tomorrow today we finished number 16. So tomorrow, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 37, 38. If we can, without any waste of time, be able to deal with this, then I'm more than willing and more than ready to move with you to our next section. Are we all still happy?
We are okay. So
Yes,
cheer up.
yes.
You start
Don't
going down.
die.
Don't die. Don't die yet.
Sorry?
You're still young. We still need you. Don't die yet. Cheer up. We'll be fine.
Sorry? Abdul?
Your voice, you sound like Korea disappointed. You're not sure what's going on. We'll be fine. Cheer up.
Abdul, you know, if I'm with people, I need to be with them. If I'm not with them, I would like to be not with them. But hopefully you understand why, and I even understand why you said what you just said. These are just exercises. These are exercises that we are just using them to test your understanding of the section that we just dealt with. So I know it takes time to practice, but the more we practice, we'll perfect this thing that we are doing. We'll get there. I'm not demotivated with your presence here. If I was alone, then I would be demotivated, but it shows that there is that eagerness to continue. Please, let's continue with this journey of ours.
Right.
We'll reach our destination. On that note, can we then call it a night? If everybody is happy.
Yes.